Testing, 1, 2. remain standing for the playing of our national anthem and the raising of the American flag. Superintendent of Schools, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to welcome our family and friends and relatives today to this special day for this group of young people that have completed their education in the Kenton City Schools, as we get ready to send them on, hoping again that they will not forget these great days they had here and will come back often to visit us. I'd like to introduce the platform guests that are here today, if they would stand. On my right, Board Member Russ Cahill, Board Member Chuck Dixon, our Board President Tim Stryker, our Speaker Susan Teljohn, from Ohio High Point, representing Ohio High Point, Mrs. Joyce Roberts, of course our high school principal, Ron Morrison, Board Member Sandra Winnett, Board Member John Roby, and Clerk Treasurer Steve Ashba. At this time, I would like to thank you. Our Board of Education doesn't often get a round of applause, so they probably deserve one. At this time, I'd like to introduce the president of this great class, Ms. Blair Bleffinger.
On behalf of the graduating class of 1999, I would like to welcome our parents and friends to this celebration of our accomplishments. We would like to thank the Board of Education, the faculty and staff of the Kenton City Schools for making it possible for us to be here tonight. In this, our final activity, as seniors of 1999, and as we reflect upon our years of schooling, it is our hoping that we have met the expectations that you have set for us. With the support, direction, and encouragement from all of you, we finish our school years with great pride and lasting memories. As one of my last duties as class president, it is my honor and privilege to introduce our commencement speakers. I present to you Ms. Katie Snowden. Thank you, Blair. It is my first day of preschool. My mom pulls up to the curb in our beige station wagon and observes all the children clinging to their parents and crying. She glances over at the rigid 4-year-old in the passenger side with worry. But before she can offer a comforting word, the child puts on her brave face, slams the door, and walks boldly into the school without so much as giving a glance behind. Friends, faculty, parents, and fellow classmates, we are no longer frightened 4-year-olds, but we are indeed stepping forward into unknown territory once again. As children, we unwillingly sacrificed our summer freedom to attend preschool. However, we are now shedding the sheltered arms of KHS to challenge the world. We need to proceed with the same simple curiosity that a child retains. Although our parents may once again feel hurt by our bravery, we must begin lives of our own. I know that my 4 years at Kenton High School have dramatically changed my life. Most of my graduating class are born and raised Kentonites, but I'm not lucky enough to be so graciously endowed. I committed a mortal sin against any Ohio State fan by moving here from Michigan. Settling into a new environment is always difficult, but eventually I fit in. I saw ice begin to chip off those initially frigid people who were originally skeptical about the new girl. Sometimes you just have to give new things a chance. The same will be true with graduation. Many of us will find ourselves in strange places where nothing seems warm or familiar. Things probably won't go the way we plan, and we will seem very alone. But all we will really need to do is let the warmth of our smiles break the ice. Sometimes you just have to give new things a chance, and eventually those unfamiliarities will grow on you. Kenton has grown on me, despite my best attempts to fend it off. And when I leave for college, I will indeed be leaving home. The sense of togetherness and companionship I feel within our class is truly unique. I could not ask for better friends or teachers, for the people that I interact with every day challenge both my mind and my heart. I secretly thank my parents for making us move here, because if we had stayed in Michigan, I would have missed all this and never known it. Robert Fulgham's famous article, "All I Ever Really Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten," is a lighthearted passage with a very deep meaning. He writes, "Most of what I really need to know about how to live and what to do and how to be, I learned in kindergarten. These are the things I learned. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say sorry when you hurt someone. And when you go out into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. So, as we go out into the world as the last class of the millennium, we will slam our station wagon doors, look both ways, and boldly enter the new phases of our lives exactly as we did some 12 years before. Our memories of high school will keep us close together in spirit as we cross those busy roads, climb those rocky hills, and persevere to prove that they did, indeed, save the best for last."
And it is my pleasure to be the second class speaker for this evening. It is finally June 5th, 1999, the day we have all been eagerly awaiting for and somewhat fearing. Today ends the chapter of our lives of our high school days, the days we spent together as the class of 1999, the days we spent together as a family. Our lives and friendships have grown and developed throughout these 4 years. The time when we only dreamed of what we would do and what we would become, now these ambitions are realities, and we will journey ahead to follow and conquer our dreams. Before we venture to the future, however, let's stop and flip back a few pages in our book of life to August 24th, 1995. It was a hot and sticky day. We walked into that huge building that lies on Harding Avenue, dressed in our brand new clothes, schedules in hand. We were freshmen. Nothing could stop us. We were finally in high school. We settled in pretty well. It only took us about 2 weeks to memorize our schedules and where our classrooms were. And only a few of us were still writing our locker combinations on our hands. We realized that our new school was full of opportunities, so we took advantage, becoming involved in JROTC, band and choir, cheerleading, football, SAD, student council, and quiz bowl, along with everything else that was offered. We were a class that was determined to make these 4 years of our lives the best they could be. We survived being the pesky freshmen and grew another year older to become sophomores, the year when our cheerleaders won second place at the national competition, and one of our classmates even made it to compete at the state cross-country meets. Next came the year when we qualified as upperclassmen, the time in our lives when we all came together and worked together to raise enough money and time to put on our prom. We all slaved through so many dinners and attempted to sell anything we could get our hands on. Our hard work and dedication were worth the effort of the class of 99. We were able to create a beautiful night and memories of the purple prom that will last a lifetime. That year also left us with other special events to remember, such as the girls' varsity basketball team being named 1998 sectional champion, as well as the varsity baseball team being named 1998 regional champs. 3 years of our high school career had swiftly flown by. It was time for our class to be the leader of Kenton Senior High School. We now come to the last few pages of our chapter, August 26, 1998. It was a hot and sticky day. We walked into that not-so-big building on Harding Avenue, dressed in our colorful senior pants and senior shirts. Nothing could stop us. We were the seniors. The year that holds the most memories for us, the memories we will forever hold on to as we take flight to our dreams. The year our football team gave our town a league championship. Symphonic choir received the highest rating at a state competition, and the year when our class surpassed all of the other Hardin County schools and the 12th grade proficiency test scores. The year when we must say goodbye to Kent Senior High School and go on to college, the armed forces, careers, and full-time family life. Graduating class of 1999, thank you for remembering with me the wonderful 4 years we've shared together. Keep these memories with you as you go towards your future. All of our dreams lead us to different paths, but we carry the memories, knowledge, and friendships that KHS has given us forever in our hearts. Now I'd like to present to you Mr. Ryan Temple.
William Shakespeare once wrote, "One man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages." Although this line was written several hundred years ago, its meaning still holds true today. As we go forth from one of these ages to another, on this day of occasion, we realize how evident this passage is. We remember those great yesterdays, prom, all the wonderful times we had together, and those days spent waiting for today. However, as we reflect on these days, we must also look forward toward tomorrow. Who can say with any sort of exactness what the mysterious future may hold for anyone? We do have a perception of what we are looking for. We are going forward towards something new and exciting. Every new beginning is another beginning's end. Today, this lyric is also true. We have passed through many ends: cabaret, basketball, WL champion football, and not to mention the aggravation of tests and exams. Yet at the same time, we have our new beginnings. It may be college, the armed forces, work, or maybe a little vacation. At any rate, we know that whatever tomorrow holds will be adventurous. We have been working, fighting, and laboring every day for the past 12 years to make it to this goal, and at the same time, to prepare ourselves for whatever it may be that is over the horizon. We have spent the last decade playing the role of student in the game of life. Now we stand at the threshold of many new things: a new life, a new role, and a new millennium. As we walk boldly into the 21st century, we will become the leaders of tomorrow, the teachers and doctors, and others who will do worldly good and make life better for ourselves, our children, and each other. As we have been educated, we will educate the youth of tomorrow to keep the world that we love wonderful for them, their children, and the children of the class of 2,999. All people strive to be successful in whatever they set out to do. And success can only come truly to those who take the greatest challenge that life can present: the challenge to have wisdom and to pass it on. We have taken that challenge and have been preparing to fulfill it for a long time. But with time comes strength, and with strength comes success. And success is the greatest goal a man can set for himself. Thomas Jefferson once said, Enlighten the people generally, and tyranny and oppression of body and mind will vanish like evil spirits at the dawn of day. As we head toward tomorrow, and we head toward the dawn of tomorrow and the days to come, we will overcome the mystery that tomorrow holds and set for ourselves the greatest of goals. That goal is to be successful no matter what we endeavor to accomplish. Enlightenment in these past years has made for us innumerable possibilities. For this reason, we will cherish these days and remember them as we awake for every success-filled dawn of day.
We will now have the presentation of the class spoon.
Well, this will be presented to Miss Lindy Newman. In keeping with the tradition of the passing the role of leadership throughout our school, I gladly present the spoon, now recognizing you guys as the senior class of Kenton High School.
I accept this spoon on behalf of the class of 2000, and as seniors next year, we will try to bring pride to Kenton High School, just as you have done this year. I would like to wish the class of 1999 the best of luck in the future.
Good evening, everyone. As principal of Kenton High School, it is indeed a pleasure for me to introduce our commencement speaker to you this evening. Dr. Sue Teljohn was a graduate of Kenton High School in 1976, with some of her classmates present this evening to hear her address the class of 1999. Some of you I know are present: Tim Stryker, possibly Mark McCullough, and Jerry Temple. But in going through the echo and looking at the yearbook, I don't think you would be dressed this evening like you were in your senior picture. Kind of disheartening to see the flyaway shirts, the pastel colors, and certainly the hair was a little bit longer. But you know what is even more shocking, Dr. Teljohn, is that there are faculty members present this evening when you attended Kenton High School. Let's have the following faculty members stand so you can try to identify them. Dick Aller, Bill Barrett, Neva Foley, Mike Jardot, Kathy Brooks, Dick Tiffany, and Dave Sturgeon. Did I miss anybody else? Okay, thank you. Not too bad, huh? Dr. Teljohn has a resume of about 17 pages. She graduated from Bowling Green State University in 1980 with her BS degree and continued her education at Indiana University, attaining her master's in education in 1985. In 1987, she earned her doctorate from Indiana University, and in 1989 earned her Certified Health Educational Specialist degree. Dr. Teljohn has helped author 2 books, written over 30 articles regarding health concerns, written over 8 grants totaling over $250,000, given 35 professional conference presentations, a member of 32 professional organizations. She's on 4 consulting boards, and given 75 school and community presentations. She recently was awarded the American School Health Association Distinguished Service Award. Dr. Teljohn was given the Outstanding Teacher Award by the University of Toledo. Also the same year, she was awarded the Educator of the Year from Phi Delta Kappa. But what impressed me more about Dr. Teljohn was what she accomplished at Kenton High School. In looking at the 1976 yearbook, Sue Teljohn did the following. She was a member of the Wildcat Marching Band, award winner on the tennis team. She was a member of the girls basketball team. She was an award winner on the girls volleyball team. She was a member of Varsity K. She was a member of Symphonic Choir, also a member of Top 20, a National Honor Society member. Their yearbook had their senior class picks. Sue Teljohn was picked most likely to succeed in sports and most athletic. Kenton Board of Education, Mr. Sturgeon, faculty, class of 1999, ladies and gentlemen, please give our guest speaker a warm welcome back home for Dr. Sue Teljohn.
Thank you very much, Mr. Morrison. I appreciate it for that nice introduction. It gives me great pleasure to be back in Kenton for such an important event. And I have, as Mr. Morrison was going through the yearbook and telling me exactly what I participated in, I kind of forgot some of those things. I really do have very fond memories of this town and also of the high school. And I would like to thank Mr. Morrison for asking me to come and speak here today. Now, when he called me, first I kind of asked why did he want me to come back, and I figured I was free and kind of close, and so that was one of the reasons. But once I decided to take the assignment, I took it very seriously, and so I went around to some recent high school graduates from last year, and I asked them what did they remember about their commencement speech, and what did they remember about the person who gave the commencement address. And I asked 6 people, and all 6 said the same thing. I don't remember who spoke, and I don't remember what they said. That was a very humbling response. So I want to reintroduce myself. No, I'm just kidding. My hope is that I can at least share some words with you to make you think a little bit as you go on your way. Now, all of you have already accomplished a lot by making it through your requirements of high school. However, you still have a lot of life to live and hopefully many goals to reach. Some of you are probably planning on staying in the area and working or raising a family. And I applaud you for that because I think small towns need good people. Some of you are going on to the armed services. Some of you may go on to a trade school or a technical college, and still others are probably planning on attending a 4-year college or institution or university. By the way, if you've not made up your mind, the University of Toledo still has some openings, and you're welcome to come up that way. The president of the University of Toledo asked me to say that. Whatever path you choose, there are life lessons that I have learned along the way, and I'd like to share those with you. There's 10 of them. Don't get panicked. I promise they're short, but you can kind of count along and time me to make sure I don't go too long. The first one, number 1, is be self-disciplined and always give your best effort. Emerson said that our primary need in life is to have somebody who will make us do the best we can. And we've all probably had that somebody in our life before. It might have been a teacher, a parent, a counselor, or a coach. But from now on, you will have to be that somebody. You will have to have the wherewithal to make yourself do what you are capable of doing. Number 2. See, that was a short one, wasn't it? Okay, number 2. Set some goals. This is not the same as being disciplined. Discipline is setting your alarm clock at 6 o'clock a.m. and making yourself get up when it goes off. Goal setting is knowing why you set the alarm at 6 o'clock a.m. in the first place. We need goals in our life to keep us excited and motivated. So my hope is that you set many goals for yourself. Number 3, be willing to pay the price. Dave Bristol was a successful manager of several professional baseball teams between the years of 1966 and 1980. He managed the Cincinnati Reds, the Brewers, Braves, and the Giants. He always expected his players to give 110%, not only in games, but also in practices. He believed everyone, no matter how successful, should strive for improvement. One evening, he ended his pregame speech by saying, "There will be 2 buses leaving the hotel for the ballpark tomorrow. The 2 o'clock p.m. bus will be for those of you who need a little extra help. The empty bus will leave at 5 o'clock p.m. No matter how successful you are in life, there's always room for improvement. Don't be afraid to go the extra mile and pay the price. Number 4, learn to get along with others. Most people who get fired from their jobs, they don't get fired because they don't have the mental ability or the skill to do that job. Most people, but not all, get fired because they don't know how to get along with other people. Learning to listen, being empathetic, and respecting others are good steps in learning to get along with others. Those 3 things will not only help you in your jobs, but also in your personal lives. Number 5, be a dreamer. We've often heard George Bernard Shaw's quote, "Some people see things as they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were asked, why not?" We need good people like you entering the workforce in college to ask, why not? I'm sure that the teachers that were introduced over here on the side, some of those I had in class, and probably would never have predicted that I would have ended up to be a college professor. I was not a great student, I was kind of a mediocre student, but I had a dream once I decided I wanted to do, and I went after that dream and worked hard to make it come true. So be a dreamer. Number 6, take risks and don't be afraid to fail. The world is full of people who follow wherever the path leads, but we need people in the world who will strike out where there is no path and create a superhighway. Number 7, stay informed. Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes said, "A person's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions." I hope that after your years here, your mind has been stretched, so that you will never be satisfied to stop learning about what is going on around you. Number 8, be ethical. It is becoming more difficult in today's world to be ethical. What you once knew to be right and wrong is probably still right and wrong. Learn to follow your heart. Number 9, define success in your own terms. Stephen Covey once said, "Many people spend their lives climbing the ladder to success, only to find when they get to the top, the ladder is leaning against the wrong building." Decide what building you want your ladder leaning against. You have to select the way you will measure success for yourself. Number 10, and hopefully the best piece of advice I can have for you, is to have fun. Most people who are dying do not look back on their life wishing they had worked more hours and made more money. Most of these people wish they would have spent more time with family and friends having enjoyable experiences. Before I let you go and have fun and start having those enjoyable experiences with your family and friends, I have one more story. A high school class was graduating on a hot and humid day, kind of like tonight. As the graduates walked across the platform and received their diplomas from the principal, he smiled, shook their hands, and said loudly, "Congratulations." Then in a much lower voice, one that was firm and could be heard only by the graduates, he would say, "Keep moving, keep moving." He was only trying to keep the line moving across the stage, but his words were good advice for a lifetime. Keep moving. After every milestone or achievement, whether it's growing up, graduation, college, job promotion, becoming a parent, or even retirement, the best advice is keep moving. Don't stop, don't stagnate. There is more to life than you have found thus far. This is not the end, it's only the beginning. Keep moving. Thank you very much and best wishes.
Thank you, Dr. Teljohn. We will be moving here shortly, but I need to talk about this class of 1999. Great weather for a great class, first of all. I'm just delighted to have been a part of the experience that we had together last year. But it's certainly a process of maturization for this class, over the last 4 years. Like Blair talked and some other of the senior speakers, it was neat the last 4 years to see them grow, to get into some areas that they love to do, and to see them succeed as well as they have. I would like to talk about the class of 1999 and their accomplishments. First of all, I'd like to have the class advisor, Deb Everly, please stand and be recognized. This senior class scored the highest percentage on the 12th grade proficiency test of any senior class tested so far. This class had 43% of the 117 seniors tested pass all sections. 88% passed writing, 75% passed reading, 55% passed math, 61% passed citizenship, and 59% passed science. 50 seniors passed all 5 portions, and 53 seniors passed at the honors level in 1 or more areas. This is a great accomplishment that the staff, faculty, and administration, and this community are very proud of this class of 1999. Some other things. A senior-led symphonic choir that received its first superior rating from the Ohio Music Education Association in the state competition since 1983, directed by Mr. Dirk Eaches. Mr. Eaches, please stand and be recognized. A proud group of seniors also led our Kenton Marching Band in the Marshall Field's Thanksgiving Day Parade in Chicago and enjoyed the opportunity to march in the football playoffs for the first time in school history, directed by Mr. Steve Ganger. Mr. Ganger, please stand. And who could forget last fall, on November 6th, the excitement and joy our senior football players brought to this community with a 44-42 win over Salina for our first undefeated season and WBL championship since 1948 and our first appearance in the state playoffs. We were all very proud Wildcats that night, coached by Mr. Mike Mock. Mike, please stand. Some individual honors. Winning the ONU mock trial competition, Derek Kinnear, Alicia Zimmerman, Emily Kinnear, Scott Mulligan, and Elizabeth Mustang. Also finishing in 4th place was a team of Valerie Frankel, Brooks Breedlove, Don Brown, and Aaron Ross. We had 2 state FFA degrees from this senior class, Michelle Fay and Brian Harder. We had a senior awarded the Elks Teenager of the Year with Blair Blankenship. And just recently, the Senior Awards Day, which this community does so much for our graduating seniors. It's amazing the amount of money that this community can conjure up and keep giving to the seniors year in and year out. Locally, we had over $95,000 given to this class in scholarship money to pursue their future endeavors, and over $700,000 over the course of 4 years. I think the seniors need to applaud the community of Kenton for giving back to this graduating class. I would have to say that the seniors have just had a great year. It's just been enjoyable for me. I know it's been enjoyable for our faculty and staff. It's been a very pleasant year. This group was just great to work with. They set their sights early. They had goals. They succeeded. In some cases, they overachieved. But this was a group that 3 years ago I knew I would be very proud of at commencement. And I want you all to know how very proud we, the faculty and staff in this community, are of you. Congratulations. The main reason we are here tonight is to graduate these young men and women. Mr. Stryker and the Board of Education, it gives me a great deal of pleasure as principal of Kenton High School to certify to you that these students have met all the standards set by the Kenton Board of Education and the State Department of Education, and are eligible to receive their high school diplomas tonight. But Mr. Stryker, before we announce the graduates, I would like all graduates of Kenton High School to please stand and be recognized. All graduates of Kenton High School. Thank you. Well, seniors, are you ready? Are you ready to go? All right. With the junior class president and vice president, Lindy Newman and Shelley Wagner, please bring the seniors forward. The first graduate of the class of 1999, Jeremy Lee Alford. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Shiloh Abraham Archer. Stephanie Elaine Ashbrook. Michael Paul Atzball. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Megan Michelle Beach. John Charles Blake. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Blair Alexandra Bleckinger. Joshua Conrad Bopp. Brooks Ashley Breedlove. Johnny Lee Bressler. Jared Douglas Bridenstine. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Michael Philip Brim. Bethany Jael Broski. Don Charles Brown. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Jackie Ann Brown. Michael D. Brown. Tricia Ann Butler. Rihanna Ray Carey. Megan Lee Carmine. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Daisy Catherine Carrig. Christopher Clapsaddle. Melissa Jo Clark. Donald Stephen Cornwell. Jennifer Lynn DeLong. Daniel Eugene Dennis. Aaron Josiah Downey. Tamara Ann Drum. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Matthew Ross Dudek. Lacey Renee Durnell. Angela Dawn Fay. Michelle Lee Fay. Keith Allen Fields. Valerie Ann Frankel. Jandy Michelle Furr. Tracy May Furr. Michael Todd Galkowitz. Nicole Renee Gardner. Heath Michael Hamilton. Brian J. Harder. April Michelle Harp. Larry Dale Hayes. Mac Eugene Helton. John Paul Herman. Derek Ryan Holcomb. Jeffrey Lee Holland. Andrew Howard. Christina Michelle Howe. Nicholas Ryan Hurley. Kimberly Dawn Jordan. Jesse Lee Cow. Brandon Matthew Keckler. Derek Charles Kinnear. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Emily Sue Kinnear. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Megan Marie Kennison. Amy June Kirk. Tasha Sue Kissling. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Shanna Nicole LaFontaine. Receiving an honors diploma, Michael Aaron Landsberg. Patricia K. Larson. Carol Jean Labus. Nathaniel Allen Lawrence. Carolyn Elizabeth Lease. Timothy James Ledesma. Brandon T. Mag. Tiffany Nicole Mans. Melissa K. Massey. I practiced this one all night. Renata Matheson. This one I practiced, but I'm not going to guarantee it. Yuka Matsuoka. Anthony Ray Maxwell. Kristen May McLaren. Richard Thomas McLaren. Matthew Jeffrey McCullough. Seneca Carr Mendenhall. Tommy James Metzger. Jason M. Mott. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Kelly Joe Moak. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Scott Thomas Mulligan. Elizabeth Grace Mustaine. Crystal Maria Myers. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Emily Ann Nelson. Richard Lee Newman. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Kristen Yvonne Osborne. Patel N. Patel. Mark Anthony Perkins. Sarah Ann Petersheim. Jacob William Channing Pearson. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Michelle Lee Ray. Rebecca Ann Reck. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Lindsay Autumn Reed. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Amy Elizabeth Reffner. Carl Edward Richardson. Jessica Sue Roberts. Michael Lynn Robinson. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Burl Melody Rogers. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Carmen Marie Rogers. Paul Willard Root. Graduating with distinction, Aaron Michael Ross. Benji Russell Schreckenghost. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Elizabeth May Seeley. Jesse Cameron Delaney Seiler. Aaron Shirk. Joseph Franklin Shirk. Carly Joe Sloan. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Catherine Marie Snowden. Christopher William Stearns. Mary K. Steele. Sarah Elizabeth Stram. Graduating with distinction, Stacy Nicole Taylor. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Ryan Robert Temple. Tracy Allen Temple. Travis Nelson Temple. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with distinction, Adam Thomas Van Buskirk. Kelsey Ann Wallace. Marlena Ann Wallace. Natasha Renee Weatherhead. Michael Stephen Wilson. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Pamela Jo Wool. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Jeremiah James Wright. Receiving an honors diploma and graduating with high distinction, Brian Nicole Wyndham. And the last graduate of the class of 1999. Certainly not him. Graduating with honors diploma and high distinction, Alicia Mae Zimmerman. The graduates, please stand. Take your tassel and take it from the left, move it to the right. As principal of Kenton High School, in the honor bestowed upon me by the Superintendent of Kenton City Schools and the Board of Education, I now declare you graduates of Kenton High School. I'm going to ask the junior class president and vice president to come up to lead the seniors or the graduates out at this time. But they will be going down to this end zone to celebrate, and I'm going to ask Mr. Steve Ganger to play Rah Rah for Kenton just one more time. But they will be led out with the recessional. So if anybody wants to take pictures or get group pictures, everyone will be down at the south end of the end zone. So Mr. Ganger, would you please, recessional.